What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be taking the 3000 GT Vr4 back home. It's been sitting here at BZ Moto Engineering for a couple days, and well, I do have to take it back. The only issue is I actually wasn't even expecting to buy this car in this very moment, but I do believe everything happens for a reason, and well, I do have to pretty much find space to fit this back home. I already have the white Eclipse, the silver Eclipse, and the Evo sitting there, which is already a lot of cars, especially considering that I have roommates. So I am going to have to get rid of one of the cars there. So I actually plan on taking my silver Eclipse out to my dad's house and leaving it there for a little bit. I do want to give it a break. It's been breaking a lot lately, and I kind of got over driving it a lot. So I do want to take that over there and pretty much replace it with this VR4. I still have to decide if I'm going to sell it to basically fund the full Porsche build, or if I want to keep it because these are super rare. I looked up the production numbers on these things and only 231 were made for the 98s, which is crazy. Makes it super rare. It's pretty much unmolested besides it sitting for so long. And that's honestly another reason why I'm actually scared to drive it today, because it's the first time that this car is going to be driving a couple miles out since 2012, which is insane. At this point, I'm pretty much going to go ahead and put you guys on the GoPro, drive this thing home, and pray that nothing happens to this thing. All right. I'm honestly kind of nervous. I'm not even going to lie. But the only way to find out if this thing has any issues is by driving it. So I think this is a 6-speed. I'm not too sure. We're about to find out right now on the freeway. Battery seems fine. Oh, it wants to start. There you go. Alright, it's on. Man, this feels so weird. It feels similar like the DSM, but at the same time it feels so different. Man, this thing's a mess though. I do want to clean it, detail it, make it look nice and pretty, and pretty much just diagnose if there's anything wrong with it. So at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and let it warm up, and then we'll start heading out. Alright, let's go. I think that's reverse. It's all the way to the right, then back. Alright, first time on the freeway. Oh man. Everyone's passing me because I'm barely going like the speed limit. In California, everyone drives fast, so look at that. Just hit some boost, like 2 pounds. The car's been doing great. Honestly, my first impression of the VR4 as far as driving it for like my first drive, very comfortable car. Very quiet because it has a stock exhaust. It barely has any mods on it. The transmission is a little bit notchy. I'm assuming that it needs some type of maintenance, but besides that, the car's been doing great. No overheating, nothing like that. It does take a lot of gas though. It pretty much killed off like quarter tank on like a 12-mile drive, so I'm pretty sure that it eats up a lot of gas considering that it's a twin turbo V6 motor. I think it's a 6G72T. I think that's the engine code. I'm not too familiar with these platforms. I come from 4G63, so yeah, besides third being really hard to get into, seems like a great car. We're down the street from my house, so I do want to put the interior back together. I do want to clean it all up so it looks nice and shiny, and we should probably take it out on a photo shoot and do some like 6 cinematics with it. So I'll put you guys back on the GoPro. Let's get this interior fixed up and cleaned, and then after that we can start heading out to a little photo shoot location nearby. almost 98,000 miles on it. Pretty low for being a 98. It does take a while for it to start up, but it's been doing good. The radio does work, the AC does work as well. So it's pretty legit, honestly. I don't think this is OEM, and I don't think this is OEM either, but gotta work with what you got. We got temp gauge, that's the boost gauge, and this looks like the oil pressure gauge, I'm assuming. We have the gas gauge up here, speedometer, RPMs. Pretty generic setup unless you start going aftermarket and stuff like that. So I only like the POVs when I drive with the silver DSM just because how crazy it sounds. Everything else feels kind of dull and numbed down. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's a start. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting to be having this car in this very moment, but I do want to have a talk with you guys right now in a bit to kind of see the game plan for this thing. It does feel very torquey for its weight, although it is a very long car, especially compared to the DSM. The DSM feels like, I don't know, it feels like a mini version of this. This just feels more like a boat. This thing would not be a bad daily, to be honest. It's quiet, it's not too hard to drive, it moves on its own weight. The only thing is that it does waste a lot of gas. I put, I think, like 6 gallons last time, and I've only driven it like 14 miles and it's pretty much done. So it is a gas guzzler, I could already tell, but we'll see. I also know that these make a lot of power once you start modding them. The only thing that's difficult on these, from what I've heard, is the engine compartment is very tight. It's kind of like a 300ZX. They're considered one of the 90s, you know, JDM legends. I see it more as like the underdog of the 90s JDM legends, just because Mitsubishi has always had that kind of image. Props to all the people that are, you know, keeping the Mitsubishis alive right now, because they're getting rare as the day goes by, and it's only a matter of time before, you know, they start becoming really, really hard to find. Parts are becoming more expensive, and, you know, it just becomes a more expensive hobby. Alright, so serious talk with you guys. I could sell it right away and make some money off of it and pretty much fund the other cars. The other part of me and people that know about it so far have told me to keep the car. One, because, well, they're becoming super, super rare. Honestly, I got super lucky with this car. I knew about it through a friend of a friend. He wanted to get rid of it, didn't have space for it, and well, I jumped in on the deal. So the main issue with it right now is storage, and of course I also have roommates, and I don't want to inconvenience them with all these cars everywhere. I don't want to be that guy on the block that has a bunch of cars just sitting there. So the plan is to basically take the silver Eclipse to my dad's house, just for right now, to keep it in storage. I do want to conserve it a bit more. That car's always been a garage queen, and well, as of lately I haven't. I've been driving it a lot to make content for you guys. So now that I have this car, I did plan on basically taking the silver Eclipse to my dad's house, posting this one up for sale, and if it sells, great. If not, I'll just keep it, and then eventually build it, put it on the back burner. As far as this year goes, I want to finish building the silver Eclipse, I want to finish the white Eclipse, and I want to finish the Porsche build. So those are 3 main builds that I want to build. Adding a 3000 GT Vr4 is no easy task, and honestly, especially the money part of it, I guess you can say. I'm just a guy just like you guys watching. Honestly, I'm just a kid in his 20s, trying to get by. I do film my cars because it's my passion, but I do want to journal everything that's going on, like I always tell you guys. To me, it's honestly, it's what's dope about YouTube is that I can document everything in my automotive life, I guess you can say, the automotive portion of it on YouTube for everyone to see. And honestly, I'm not doing YouTube for the whole fame, the money thing. It's just a simple journal of all my cars when I was younger, for me to look back when I'm older and kind of just see the progression of my character from having, you know, a non-turbo silver Eclipse to an Evo swapped Eclipse and a VR4, then a Supra, then an R34, you know, all that cool stuff, all the cool cars. I want to collect a lot of cars, and well, I think YouTube's a perfect outlet. So if you're kind of on the fence on making a YouTube channel, I've been seeing a lot of you guys actually start one. A lot of my close friends actually started documenting their build as well, which is really, really cool to see. I know I did mention I was going to sell the silver Eclipse just because, you know, I'm not the richest kid on the street. I work just like everyone else. I only do YouTube. I want to put in like 10 to 15 hours a week on YouTube. I can only imagine what I could do if I did this like full time. Would be really fun. But then again, I'm trying my best to put as much videos out there for you guys. I'm literally like taking away from my social life right now just to be able to edit videos and keep posting consistently for you guys, just everything cars related. And honestly, I have been feeling like I have a lot on my plate as of lately. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Having all this going on, and you know, this whole pandemic as well, I see everyone getting affected, you know, and I'm trying to stay positive and I'm trying to see the brighter side of things. I'm just, you know, building my cars on YouTube and having fun with it, honestly, because if you don't enjoy the process of where you're going or what you're trying to do, it's not really worth it. I'm kind of more of the guy that goes for the thrill of the chase, I guess you can say. I love setting a goal and then going after it. And obviously a VR4 has always been one of the cars that I wanted in my dream garage, and I'm scared that if I sell it off, I'll never find another one. And if I do, it's gonna be priced like crazy. Right now they're going for like $15,000 to $35,000 to $40,000 even. I see some clean low mile ones, and it's just insane because I already know the market. I understand that these are getting rare, and they're only gonna go up in value. I'm telling you guys right now, as a Mitsubishi fan, I guess you can say, I do see the Mitsubishi trifecta as far as like the Evo, the VR4, the GSX going up in value. The Galant VR4s as well, those are super rare to see. I think they only made, I think, 1,000. So those are the rare Mitsubishi cars that you do want to get now, that they're kind of undervalued as far as the market goes, because I do see them going up. So yeah, that's the game plan. If I do plan on keeping it, I'm planning on do all the maintenance on it and start driving it places, start modifying it. But as far as right now, I really don't see it. I really do want to finish the white DSM and the Porsche build. Those do hold priority as far as right now. So if I do end up keeping it, I just had to find space for it, and just keep it on the back burner. If you are new to the channel, this is your first video seeing, make sure you subscribe. I'm always posting dope content of Evos, DSMs, VR4s. But I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what type of content you guys want to see with all the cars. I do try my best to edit as fast as I can and post as much as I can for you guys, because, you know, we're all growing together. You guys are part of the team, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that's always watching, commenting. I'm gonna say it over and over and over again, so it just sticks in my mind, because at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that make up the channel, and I do appreciate you guys for that. So make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.